Tesla has once again dominated the Australian car market. It's not only dominating the electric car segment of the Australian car market, it's also dominating the actual car segment. And a lot of people, I think, are losing their minds. How can the Model Y be doing so well month after month after month? It's an old Tesla. It's from 2018. This thing's dated. It doesn't have a screen in front of the driver. It's an EV. EVs don't work in Australia, but you know what? Tesla just keeps on selling them like crazy. We've just got a newer version of the Model Y revealed in China. It's an upgraded version. It's a definite improvement. It'll be the same price. It's the same price in China. Tesla will sell them, I believe, for the same price in Australia. So these sales we're seeing from Tesla are only going to improve. Add to that the fact that the Model 3 is only marginally more expensive than the old version. And this is a recipe for future domination. Tesla doesn't really need 79 models like BMW have. Now, literally, I think BMW actually have about 85 models in Australia. It only needs a few. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Now, the best-selling cars in Australia, everyone probably knows by now, they're pickup trucks. Ford Ranger and the Toyota Hilux, which I think is an abomination of a car. I don't mind the Ford Ranger, actually. But the Toyota Hilux and the Ford Ranger, they were the two best-selling cars. They're considered commercial vehicles. The best-selling non-commercial vehicle was the third placed or the first placed Tesla Model Y. The Model Y, like I said, was the best-selling passenger car in Australia. It's actually achieved this result a few times this year. And EV sales hit 10% market share in the passenger car segment for the first month in history. 10%. This is just the beginning. We've got a lot of new models coming, upgraded Teslas, new models coming from China. There's new models coming from Germany as well. This is just really the beginning of an avalanche. Anyway, Tesla Model Y sales, 3,811. And the other thing worth mentioning before I go on and tell you the other EVs that sold well in Australia is the fact that Tesla we just saw the official numbers. Tesla was the best-selling EV in Germany, in France, in Norway, the Netherlands, I believe Sweden, and the UK. And the best-selling car, period, in a few of those markets as well. It has, I believe, 24% market share in Norway. Now, the second best-selling car in Australia was the Tesla Model 3. Surprisingly, that's the old version, but it had 1,366 sales. The BYD Atto 3 was the third best-selling car with 702. The MG4 was the fourth best-selling car with 645. The Volvo XC40 Recharge had 230 sales. By the way, I think Volvo is going to climb these charts very quickly with the new Volvo EX30. It's a really good car for the price. So if you're in Australia looking for a smaller crossover vehicle than, say, something smaller than a Tesla Model Y, then that's definitely worth having a look at. And I've just made a video on that car. I would check that one out. Next, you've got the Cupra Born, 218 sales, followed by the Kia EV6 with 202, the MG ZS EV with 145, the Kia e-Niro with 113, and the Polestar 2 with 111. Now, apparently Mercedes-Benz was next with 102 sales for the EQA. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 had a very disappointing sales month of only 76, and the Great Wall Motors Aura sold only 71. The Aura's a relatively affordable EV from Great Wall in China. That one costs $39,990 for the base model. But it is coming up against the MG4 and the BYD Dolphin. Really tough segment there now with these three electric cars priced under $40,000. So priced at around $26,000 US for the three of them. So if you just do a quick look at these delivery numbers here, you can see here that Tesla delivered around 5,300 vehicles in the EV segment, meaning, as far as I can tell here, they had about 80% market share in EV sales. Now, I really thought this would start to change by now that we've got all these different models available and some of them very, very affordable. But one of the key things I think people are considering is this. Tesla vehicles are cheaper to buy here in Australia than they are in the US. This has been the case for some time now. People, for some reason, haven't been aware of this. Almost every model is cheaper in Australia than America. They're cheaper to buy than in almost, actually not almost, they're cheaper to buy than in every single European car country. And they're cheaper to buy than in many countries, even in Asia. Not China. China is the cheapest place in the world to get a Tesla vehicle. But either way, a lot of people believe that as a result, Tesla vehicles are really good value in Australia. So I think this market domination from Tesla in Australia will probably continue as a result, even though we are going to see new EVs coming out this year, more supply of them coming from MG, coming from BYD, etc. But BYD vehicles, I think, if you compare the price of them in China to the price of what they cost in Australia, there's a much bigger price gap than if you compare the price of a Tesla in China versus the price of the Tesla in Australia. So that's something BYD could work on, bringing the prices down. I think if they brought the price of the 803 down, which, to be fair, the 803 costs $17,000 for the cheapest version in China. If they sold it for $25,000 in Australia, well, you'd be looking at about $40,000 for an 803. That would sell like crazy at that price, but it's unfortunately a lot more expensive than that. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.